yoga. We'll do a nice class. I'm gonna mute you. Let's go ahead and start on your back. And there's so much more hope right now and excitement of just getting back into some sense of normalcy. Also think about what normal is and how sometimes that can put a lot of demands on us. So just enjoy this time right here to be still. And then just take some breaths in and out through the nose, just nice and easy at your own pace. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms up by your ears, nice big stretch. And then hug your knees towards your chest. Just take some movement here, maybe a circle of the knees or a rock side to side. And then just keep your knees bent, drop the feet to the mat, and take your right ankle over your left thigh, setting up for thread the needle here. And if you like, hug that left thigh towards the chest. And then maybe straighten the left leg towards the ceiling. And then keep your right ankle where it is. Just bend your left knee. Take the sole of the left foot to the mat. And then take your arms out to a T and drop the knees over to the left for a twist. And if you don't like having that ankle cross this early, just uncross it, step your right leg on your left leg. And draw the knees up through center, uncross that right ankle, place the right foot on the mat, and just change sides, left ankle over right thigh, hug the right thigh in towards the chest. And then maybe straighten the right leg towards the ceiling. And then rebend the right knee, place the right foot on the mat, take the arms to a T, and drop the knees over to the right. And bring the legs up through center, just unwind them and hug the knees towards the chest. Then rock yourself up to a seated position. So just coming to a comfortable seat, whatever that means, with your legs. We'll start with some torso circles here. So hands can just rest on the knees and then just lean forward and start to make some circles with the shoulders around the pelvis. This can be big or small. Any speed that feels nice. Sometimes I like to just take this nice and leisurely. And then take that the opposite way. And then come up to neutral. Just take your hands behind you. You can pop onto the fingertips and spin the palms towards you. And then maybe a gentle lift of the chest, spreading of the collarbones. So you take a little back bend in the upper back. You can even take the gaze up if that feels nice. And then just release that, come to a neutral spine. Take your arms out to a T and take your right arm over your left arm. Give yourself a hug and just gently tuck the chin so you have length in the back of the neck. And then lift the head back to neutral. Take the arms to a T. Maybe draw the fingertips back just a little bit and then change sides, left arm over right, maybe tuck the chin. And then lift the head to neutral, just unwind your arms so you can make your way into tabletop. And once you're in tabletop, start with the shoulders directly over the wrists. We'll take some circles with the shoulders, so just lean them towards the fingertips and over to the right and around. So just circling again at your own pace, shoulders around the wrists. And take that the opposite way. And then come back to neutral where your shoulders are over your wrist. Just take some cat-cow here with your own breath. Inhaling, dropping the belly. Exhaling, curling the spine. After you take your next exhale, just bring your big toes together, sit back into child's pose. And then come back up to your tabletop, shoulders over wrists, and walk your left hand over towards the front right corner of the mat. I like to be on fingertips with that left hand, and then draw the left hip crease towards the left heel like you're taking the side reaching child's pose. You can drop to the right forearm if you'd like. So the left hand is to the front right corner of the mat. And then come back up to tabletop, just return the left hand under the shoulder, and then take the right hand towards the front left corner of the mat, maybe popping to fingertips, and then right hip crease to right heel, maybe dropping to left forearm. And then just unwind that, come back up to tabletop, and then make your way into your first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and just take some movement there. And then walk your feet forward to your hand, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale there in plank. Exhale, drop your knees lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Just feel your hands and your feet connecting to the mat and giving you that root and rebound up through the hips. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot back for a lunge, right knee down to the mat, untuck the right toes, and then plant your right hand to the mat and extend your left leg back behind you, left arm up. And then spin yourself through tabletop into downward facing dog. One breath in your down dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Watch your palms touch. And exhale, fold right back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, left foot back for a lunge. Left knee down to the mat. Untuck the left toes. Keep that left hand planted as you extend your right leg back and reach your right arm up. Good. spin through tabletop as I fall out of it. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, fold right back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, right foot back for a lunge. Right knee down to the mat, and then reach the arms up by the ears this time. Just a low lunge. And then bring your hands down to your heart. Lengthen your chest forward and take a twist over to the left. Upper right arm to outer left thigh. Your choice. You can stay here if you want. You're going to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. And then wherever you are, plant your hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. And then just take your right leg up and back in your down dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, take a little bit of movement with the ankle and the knee. And then straighten the legs, square off the hip. Bring the foot between the hands for a lunge. And come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. And then just bring your hands down to your hips. Straighten your front leg and rebend it. And straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. And then just reach your arms up by your ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands frame the foot, bring your back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, watch your palms touch. And exhale, fold right back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, left foot back for a lunge, left knee down to the mat. Arms up by the ears for your low lunge. And then bring your hands down to your heart. Lengthen your chest forward, take a twist to the right, upper left arm to outer right thigh. And then maybe you tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And then wherever you are, plant your hands to the mat, step to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, take a little bit of movement. And then straighten the legs, square off the hip. Bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. And then bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg and rebend. And straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. And then reach the arms up by the ears. Take an inhale there. Exhale, hands frame the foot, bring your back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, watch your palms touch. Exhale, cactus your arms this time, little back bend. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to downward facing dog this time. A couple breaths there. And take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down. Come into warrior two, cartwheel your arms up to a T. And then flip your right palm up, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. And then come forward, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear, extended side ankle. And then come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. And then bring your right leg into tree. So ball of the foot can rest down, or maybe you have that foot elevated to inner calf or inner thigh. And then if you like, maybe the arms reach up by the ears. If your arms are out, bring your hands to your heart. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. And then start to hinge yourself forward like you're coming into warrior three. Keep hinging, hinging, hinging. Bring your hands to the mat and walk the hands forward so you come into a three-legged dog with your right leg up and back. And then once you're in three-legged dog, lower the right foot to the mat. You're in downward facing dog. I know I'm throwing you off doing different stuff today. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two, cartwheel your arms up. And then flip the left palm up, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. And then come forward, left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear, extended side angle. And then come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot, step back to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat again. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. And then bring your left leg into your variation of tree here. And then maybe the arms reach up by the ears. And then bring your hands to your heart. Hug your left knee towards the center of your chest. Start to hinge yourself forward, coming into warrior three, but just keep slowly tipping so you can bring your hands to the mat and then walk them forward so you're coming into a three-legged dog. And then lower that foot so you're back in downward facing dog. Good, take an inhale there. And an exhale. And then come forward into plank or modified plank. And just lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Take your arms down by your sides, pin your palms towards the mat, and then lift everything up for locust, head, shoulders, arms, and legs. And then lower everything down. Take the hands by the sides of the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. There's several breaths here in this down dog. You can always take a child's pose if you'd like. You're welcome to stay in child's pose if you're there. You can just meet us whenever you're ready or make your way back to down dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot next to the right thumb, spin the back heel down. Come up to warrior one, take your arms by your ears. And then take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back for a clasp. And then keep grounding into your left heel as you lengthen your chest forward, hinge forward, humble warrior. And start to lengthen your chest forward as you spin onto the ball of your back foot. Just release the clasp, keep your arms by your sides, and hinge yourself into warrior three. And then keep hinging, keep hinging, keep hinging. Hands to the mat, standing splits. And then bring your left foot down to meet your right foot, standing forward fold. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing, let your palms touch. And exhale, fold right back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, go straight to downward facing dog. Take a breath there. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot by the left thumb, spin the back heel down, come into warrior one, arms up by the ears. And then interlace the fingers behind the back, take that clasp. Keep grounding into your back foot as you lengthen your chest forward, humble warrior. Start to lengthen your chest forward, spin onto the ball of your right foot. You can unclasp your hand, just keep your arms down, by your sides, and then hinge forward, warrior three. And then keep hinging forward, hands to the mat, standing splits. And then bring your right foot down to meet your left foot, standing forward fold. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing, watch your palms touch. And exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, step yourself back to plank or modified plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, lower down to your belly. And just slide your forearms forward, coming into Sphinx pose here. I've done a lot of poses. Give yourself a little break. Take some nice, even breaths here. And then lower the head and shoulders to the mat. Take the hands back by the sides of the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Let's walk hands and feet towards each other. Forward fold at the center of your mat. Walk your feet a little wider than your hips. Spin your heels in and your toes out, and bend the knees, come into Malasana, hands to the heart. And then bring the hands to the mat, straighten the legs, lift the hips, walk the feet hips distance in parallel, and then come back into downward facing dog. And drop your knees down to the mat so you're in tabletop. Walk your hands back towards your knees and come up to kneeling so your shoulders are over your hips. Just take your hands to your low back, just a really gentle camel here today. So take an inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and exhale, just a tiny little back bend here, maybe taking the gaze up. And then come all the way back upright. Come to sitting on your heels, just a breath here. And you can just take your hips to the side, so you're gonna take your feet around to the side and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. So once you're in this cross-legged position, just sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, hands can rest on the knees or the center of the lap. And just feel the spine in this neutral position. Maybe keeping the eyes closed, really gentle twist over to the right fingertips behind you, left hand to outside of thigh. And then unwind that, twist over to the other side. And then unwind that, come back to center. Just change the cross of the leg so the opposite shin comes in front. And then take your right arm up by your ear and bend the right elbow. Take the left hand to the right elbow. You can stay there if you'd like, left arm to a T, spin that palm back and then bend the elbow, reaching for fingertips or maybe holding on to the shirt. Again, if that's not for you today, you can be here. And then unwind the arms, just rest the hands on the knees, take shoulder rolls up and back. And the opposite direction. And then just take your left arm up by your ear, bend that elbow and take the right hand to the left elbow. Maybe that right arm goes out and then back, reaching for fingertips or whatever you can catch back there. And then just unwind that, hands down to the knees, shoulder rolls up and back. And then the opposite direction. And then take the chin down, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And then chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. And then take the chin to the chest, lift the head up to neutral and unwind your legs. Make your way to the front of the mat if you need some space to roll back. And then take your hands behind your knees and just roll yourself all the way back. Hug your knees in when you get there. And then cross your right thigh over your left thigh. So thighs are crossed, and then hands can be behind the thighs so they can go to outer edges of the feet. And then just unwind that and change sides. So left thigh over right, hands wherever feels most helpful. And then unwind the legs, hug the knees towards the chest. Take your arms to a T and then just let the legs fall to the right for a twist. And then draw your legs up through center, take them to the other side. And then come back upright, hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe take happy baby. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then just release your legs. Come into your Shavasana, wherever you would like to be. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms up by your ears, nice big stretch. And then roll off to one side, pause there, eyes closed. And press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Once you're upright, just let your hands rest in your lap wherever is comfortable and close your eyes. With a mantra, and we're going to connect it to the breath. So I'll just read it to you first. It says, breathe in the energy of all of your possibilities and breathe out the weight of all that has been holding you back. So we'll just take that with breath. On your next inhale, breathe in the energy of all your possibilities. And on the exhale, breathe out the weight of all that has been holding you back. Inhale, breathe in the energy of all your possibilities. And exhale, breathe out the weight of all that has been holding you back. Inhale, breathe in the energy of all your possibilities. And exhale, breathe out the weight of all that has been holding you back. And take one final inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth, let everything go. And then bring your hands up to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.